Hello everyone, I'm Matias. I'm going to talk about Lime scooters or Lime bikes. So this is the paper about information management and research, and we conduct a research, mainly a survey, online survey, to gather some information related to the company. Well, to begin with, I'm going to explain how is the company operating, which are their objectives, the nature of the business research that we utilize, which are the managerial values of the company, the categories of the business, the major stage of research and information system. Okay, now I'm going to play a video about how the company advertises.
At Lime, we connect people and place. For healthier, cleaner, and more equitable cities that prioritize people.
In this video, you can see which are the values of the company related to being clean, and the three main products that they offer around the world. In terms of the company products, the motorbike or scooter is not allowed in New Zealand yet. It's going to be in near future, but we have here and we can utilize the bikes and the scooters. Okay, these two people that we can see here are Brad Bowell and Bobby Sun. These guys are the one that developed the system that Lime utilized. The company started in 2017 back in the US. They started to develop their force mainly in the city of San Francisco, and they started to spread their business around the whole country. And they tackled New Zealand markets and Australian market in 2018. Mainly in the three biggest cities. They first launched their 500 scooter in Auckland, and then they launched 400 here in the city of Christchurch. And in 2020, they planned the expansion of their products. That is the scooter that we saw in the video. So that is their next step on the company. In terms of the scooters, or the difference of the scooters, the e-bikes and the motorbikes, the main one is that the scooter allows the company to operate everywhere, but the scooter and the bikes are more focused on bigger cities due to the infrastructure that the city has. About the mission and values of the company is focused on having connection, mobility, and being affordable. This is mainly important, as I mentioned before, due to the infrastructure that the company has. So the connectivity is mainly important. They gather information due to the apps that they have and how the people move around the places that they are operating. And another thing is being affordable, because they charge the users per times that they are using the scooter or the e-bike, and some people try not to use it due to the time that they need to spend. So being affordable is something that they need to pay attention. And in terms of value, the company has focused on these main four: having integrity, community, technology, and trust. These two are more related to not just the person, also about the app that they are using or the website that they have, the system that they are using for it. So if the user cannot trust about the technology that the system has, they are not going to use it. And in the market of New Zealand, they have many competition. Flamingo is one that is their main competitor. In terms of the nature of business research, we decided to utilize and apply research from the three different applied research that we have: the evaluation research, research and development, and actual research. We mainly focus about doing the research and development. This is due to the possibility that the company has in terms of develop new targeted markets, a new niche of market. In terms of, I'm going to explain a little bit later, but there something that we've seen is that due to the distance, some of the potential customers are not willing to use it because they know that they cannot reach their places. So two things that we have seen while doing the applied research is that they can merge the different scooters with the bikes and develop an app that could make them to create an interconnected software between the different and not paying that much. And in terms of the managerial value, as I mentioned before, we check mainly the battery power, what people believe about the amount of load that they could get in the battery with the battery that line has, and which is the distance that they could use, and which are the locations that people mostly use them. So they can develop a system to put the lines in terms of the location that most of the customers are going to utilize, everywhere, just like that. And as I mentioned before, the opportunity that we seen is developing an interconnected service. Well, in terms of the category of the business research, we did exploratory research through a survey, an open question in the survey. And these are the 6 major stages that we utilized to develop the survey that we did in the exploratory research. We conducted this one through SurveyMonkey. We developed just 10 questions with a targeted population or a limit of population as a 30, as a representative sample. We know that that is not the real number due to the amount of people that lives in Christchurch, but we took it to create the project. In terms of defining the objective, we focus mainly on the battery life cycle and, as I mentioned before, the interconnected network. We did a research plan through a survey, and we shared it in social media. We shared it on Facebook and shared it through WhatsApp. And then we start to gather the information with the reply of the potential customers. As I mentioned before, we took the representative sample of 30 replies in different social groups. So we asked to the potential customer their age, their genre, and also which is their occupation. And we also developed a question related to which is the time that they could mainly use it, in terms of seeing how they are moving around the city, how the market is moving. So due to the 10 questions that we did, I didn't put the question here because it's too long, so I just focused myself on the analysis of the project. So the analysis shows us that 83% of the market in New Zealand is aware of the brand, so they know that Lime exists, even they don't ensure that they are going to use Lime because there are several options, but they are aware about the brand. They also consider to utilize it despite of the competition that they have. We thought that around the 70% of the market use this kind of service before going to work or going to school, and when they left their jobs or the people left their school. So this gives us an idea about where to position the Lime scooter. This is something that surprised us because we thought that this number would be much less than this one, because we thought as much of the market used batteries, and the battery usually the main situation that this scooter faces, like the battery never reached the place that they want to go. But it's like almost the 40% or 35% of the market don't care about this. They use it until they need it, and then they walk. And the half of the population think that it's hard to reach their places. So these both are linked. So as a conclusion, we determined that there is an opportunity to develop new infrastructure in terms of develop an app that allow the customer to link between different Lime scooter or between Lime scooter and bikes, and due to that, don't have to pay more. So just link and keep paying through the minutes that they are using, and not because they need to log out and then log in and pay more money. And another thing is that this is a possibility, but it's not compulsory. So people, for potential customers, they don't care about the battery load, so they could take it or they could leave it. It will be an improvement, but it's up to the company. Well, in terms of the information system, we have mainly 4. It's the communication system, the operation system, the decision-making system, and the record-keeping system. This is the main one that they are using now, because due to the app, they gather a lot of information in terms of where the customer are moving. The side of the survey that we made, we know that this app shows to the company the movement of the customer, how much are they willing to pay, and everything. So in terms of the information system, the communication system runs processes more efficiently to support the communication between the employees of the company, and this helps to the company to create collaborative documents in terms of working as a team and not so individually. So this merged all the department of the company. In terms of the operational system, what the company do with this system is tracking all the operation that the company has, and in terms of stock status, this is important because they handle a lot of battery. What they do is they keep the scooters or the bike in a warehouse, and they change the battery and they put the batteries that are empty to low. So the tracking of the stock status is much important if they want to keep their presence on the market. About the decision-making information system, this provides the managerial or the CEO levels of the company accurate information in terms of the app that they have to know which are the system or the sources that they need to develop more and how to tackle the market and take the big decisions. So, any queries?
No, all good, thank you.